So, we're basically done. Tomorrow is the last day. And now that I look back on all those days that I've had with this 5 a.m. challenge, I have to answer this question. Was it worth it? Now, here are some things that I've learned during those 29 days, and with tomorrow, we're gonna have 30 eventually. First of all, I don't think the hour that you wake up at matters that much. I think what matters most is consistency. All right, because usually, like before April, I would wake up, let's say, at around 9, 10 every day, all right? But if I had a day in which I were to wake up at 1 or 2 p.m., I would feel like shit for the entire day. And the same thing applies now as well. You know, I may wake up at 5 every single morning. I've been doing that for 29 days. But for instance, if I have a day in which I take a nap too early after I've woken up, and let's say, I don't know, I wake up from my nap at like 11 in the morning, although it's still very early compared to the waking up times that I had previously before this challenge, still the fact that I fucked up my sleeping schedule, even through a nap, not like the actual big chunk of sleep, that still messes up with my brain and makes me feel very bad. You know, that uncomfortable feeling you have when you've just fucked up your circadian rhythm. So that still applies. What I've learned is that what's most important is to wake up every single day at the same hour and be awake long enough so that if you take a nap, it doesn't fuck up your circadian rhythm, you know? So with that in mind, what I would do next in my life would be to have a schedule when I'm working in which I actually wake up every single day at the exact same hour. Even though it's weekdays or weekends, it doesn't really matter. Just wake up every single day at the exact same hour. And if you want to switch up that schedule from time to time, for instance, you're going on a vacation trip, right? And you aren't gonna wake up at 5 every morning. Maybe you wanna go out clubbing or whatever, so your sleeping schedule is gonna change a bit. If you do that, change your sleeping schedule only during vacation, you know? I think it's better to work hard for a whole month and wake up at 5 every morning, and then have a week in which you party till fucking 5 in the morning, than it is to work 5 days a week, all right? 5 days a week you wake up at 5, and then during the weekend you go to sleep at 3 in the morning, so you wake up at, I don't know, let's say noon, and that fucks up your sleeping schedule. And the thing with sleeping schedules is that they basically pass forward through the days, you know? It takes you some time to recover from a bump like that, you know? If you have a day in which you don't wake up at the same hour, it might take you 2 or 3 days to recover from that and get back to your sleeping schedule. So if you want to fuck up your sleeping schedule, do it over a prolonged period, you know? Just change schedule instead of fucking up the schedule. Just have 2 separate schedules, one for work time and one for vacation time. I can't fucking speak because I'm way too tired. It's fucking 11:30 now. But anyways, that's about waking up hour, all right? However, there are some things about waking up at 5 a.m. precisely that I actually like. And here's the small things. The sunset. In the few days that you get in Manchester where you can actually see the sun in the morning because it isn't cloudy or anything, it's such a wonderful view, really. Like, it fills you up with energy. You also hear the birds singing, and you can just feel your day starting well. I also like the silence, especially on weekends, because if you go out on a fucking Sunday at 6 a.m. in the morning, there's no one on the streets. Because everybody went out clubbing, they're sleeping, or they're having a late morning, whatever. It's so nice and quiet, and I love that. Especially since I live very close to a busy street, so when the cars stop, for me, it's blissful. But those are the small things. There are some larger things as well. One of them is the discipline component. Because as I said yesterday, I wanted to quit since day 8, alright? But I still pushed forward. And the fact that I can now look back at this experience and tell myself, alright, even though you didn't want to do it anymore, even though it hurt, you kept pushing forward. Now that I can look back at this experience, I can tell myself, if you did this, you can do anything. And I think that's quite a powerful thing to have in your life, you know? And another big thing is also about scheduling. Because when you wake up at 5 every single morning and your brain realizes that it's not like a bluff, it's not 5 days or a week or 2 weeks, we're actually doing this every single day and we're not gonna fucking stop. It starts to treat life a little differently, you know? Like, your brain won't go, alright, we're waking up at 5, so let's go to sleep at 3 in the morning. No, that's not a good idea, because you're gonna wake up at 5 next day, and the day after that, and in the weekend as well, so it's not a strategy that will work out in the end. So your brain adapts, and it tells you, alright, we're waking up at 5 every morning, then we better go to sleep before 10 on most days. Not today though. And you may have days in which that doesn't apply, just like today for me, you know? Because what I did was I watched quite a lot of JoJo. By the way, amazing anime. If you want to give it a shot, please, I recommend it 100%. But anyways, I watched some JoJo from, let's say, 7 p.m. till like 10:30. But at 10:30, my brain said, all right, you have to stop because you have to record this vlog, and then you also have to go to sleep and you have to wake up at 5. Now, what would have usually happened before this 5 a.m. challenge is that I would continue to watch anime till 4 in the morning, up until I couldn't keep my fucking eyes closed, open anymore. And basically I would wake up the next day at 2 p.m., feel horrible about it, and waste my entire day. Now I'm gonna wake up tomorrow at 5, be tired for a bit, I'm gonna do some work, then I'm gonna take a nap, then I'm gonna feel alright for the rest of the day, and I can go back to sleep at 9 p.m. or whatever and have a nice Monday. Yeah, Monday, because tomorrow is Sunday. But what I'm saying is that even if you fuck up your sleeping schedule a bit, those fuck ups are not going to be as big as you've had them previously, because your brain knows that if you fuck up big, you're going to be in a lot of pain. And your brain doesn't want that pain. It's just not, it's built to avoid unnecessary struggles, you know? Anyways, so those are the reasons. Now, am I actually gonna continue doing this? Yes. I actually think I'm gonna continue waking up at 5 every single day from now on. And I'm still gonna record it. But I'm gonna talk more about that tomorrow. But the thing is, now after 30 days, after all this pain I've been through, like I've had so many ups and downs and, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Oh, it's actually cool. I don't want to do it. It's actually cool. So on and so forth. Now I just look back at all of it, and I just can't see myself waking up at another hour. Like if I tell myself I'm going to wake up at 7, I'm like, that's a shit hour to wake up at. I can either wake up at 5 or I can wake up earlier. And I'm not going to wake up earlier. So I'm going to wake up at 5. But I just feel it's become part of who I am to some extent. So I want to continue doing this because of all of the benefits. And I've said it. I've just said it. And now that I've said it, I need to hold myself accountable to it. So I've won. I fucking beat you, brain. Now you're gonna have to fucking suffer for the rest of your life because of this one commitment that you made on the 29th of April on YouTube. Anyways, see you tomorrow for the last day of vlogs. It's gonna be a big one because I'm gonna announce my next plans when it comes to my YouTube career. Anyways, take care and see you around. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this, and I want to say it now in case I forget tomorrow as well. Regarding this continuing to wake up at 5 after April. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop doing vlogs because this takes way too much time and it's a big commitment. But I'm gonna do shorts, and I'm gonna do them in the morning. You know, I'm gonna film the actual clock, I'm gonna film the outside so you can know that I've woken up at 5. This time there will be no cutting edges or anything, so you can be 100% sure I'm sticking to the schedule. And I'm gonna wake up at 5 every single day during work time. I'm not gonna expect myself to wake up at 5 every single day for the rest of my life, because that's just not gonna happen. I wanna have fucking vacation time in which I go to the beach and I party till fucking sunrise, because that's a beautiful thing to see during summer, you know? So I wanna allow myself to switch on my schedule from time to time. But the thing is, that's vacation time. That's a planned pause on my schedule in which I say, all right, for 2 weeks I'm going to fucking Spain, and I pause the 5 a.m. thing. I'm just gonna wake up whenever I want to, probably later because I'll be out clubbing and spending the nights and drinking and taking drugs or whatever I'm gonna do. But anyways, I'm gonna have a period during the year in which I can pause my schedule. But that's the thing, it has to be paused. It has to be planned. That's the most important thing about it. It can't just be like, oh, today I was invited to a party and tomorrow I should wake up at 5. But you know, I can just skip waking up at 5. I'm gonna go to the party and wake up later. That's not gonna happen. If I'm in work time, I'm waking up at 5 every single fucking day. If I have a planned break, which has to be planned in advance, I can't just say, oh yeah, I've made plans for 5 hours from now or 1 day from now. No, motherfucker, it has to be planned like 1 week ahead or something. It has to, you know, a bit of common sense. If I have a planned period in which I can relax, I can break the schedule, but not otherwise. That's all. See ya.